Marcus in the front.
Rob, Nick's had a tough go of it dating back to last year's NLCS. You know, what's he been like? What have you done with him last playoffs and this? And how good do you feel for him right now?
Yeah, I feel great for him. I mean, he's been working every day. Comes in early, hits one-on-one on the field. I don't know how he's done it and played 162 games because he's just a workhorse. And I'm so happy for him because I know that there's been a lot of talk about Chase and this and that, but he can hit. I mean, he can hit. And that was a big night for him tonight. You know, the home run to tie it up and then the base hit to win it. He's just been grinding all year.
Down here in the front row on the right, on the left, I'm sorry.
Rob, Bryce has hit a lot of big home runs here, but in that sixth inning, Severino looked like he was cruising. You're down 3-0. The stadium was quiet. How big was, his shot there?
Yeah, that got everybody going, and it was huge because Sevy was really good. And Sevy's a big game pitcher. He's been in a lot of these types of games, and to get on the board and get the crowd back in it. I thought our bats were similar to last night up until that point, and then I thought our bats got a lot better. We started getting guys back into the zone and attacking and using the field, and it was just a really good ball game. Both sides really exciting back and forth.
Okay, second row here in the middle.
Rob, you guys had a lot of near misses or misses but near hits with the foul ball straight back a lot. If it doesn't turn around, if you guys don't win, there are no moral victories. But in the dugout, does that keep the guys going? Does that keep them talking like, hey, we're right there?
You're talking about foul balls straight back?
Yeah.
So
almost right on top of it.
Yeah, I think that those are indications of being on pitches, and you just mishit it a little bit. But I thought, as I said, from about the fifth, sixth inning on, I thought our bats were real good.
And it feels like that contact, there's maybe less pressure there among them.
Sure.
Okay, we're going to go to Corey on the far left.
Castellanos has those first two at-bats, expands a little bit, and there's some boos from the crowd, and then he has those next three. Just what do you think enables him to lock in like that in the middle of the game? That's just kind of the way he is, bat to at-bat?
He doesn't let anything bother him, really. If he's struggling, he doesn't really bother him. He just keeps working, and he knows he's an experienced guy. He knows he's going to come out of it at some point. And that it stays with that in-game as well. So he just keeps fighting.
And then in the bullpen, the way you use your bullpen there late in the game, did you want to get Hoffman and Strahm back in there in high leverage situations? Is that just kind of the way the matchups played out, that you had Strahm back in there in the ninth as opposed to guys that you had gone with in the ninth more often this season?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the way it kind of worked out, and those were the pockets that we set up prior to the game for all of those guys. So the Mets right now are they're putting some slug on our bullpen, so we got to take a look at that. But I thought Sanchi was fantastic tonight. Great poise. Stuff was outstanding. Changeup was outstanding. Gave us 5 really good innings.
Can we go to Marcus in the front?
Can you address Harper's walks both last night and tonight? It seems like he's as locked in as we've seen him in the last 2 postseasons. He's been a historic postseason hitter, number 1, number 2. What is going on with your bullpen? Yeah,
I think it's just execution, and they're putting good at-bats on him. You got to give them a little bit of a credit too. But yeah, Harp is really locked in right now. The 9th inning there, it's 2-out rally. Turner walks, Harper walks, Cassie with a base hit. But it looks like they're sort of pitching around Harp a little bit, and Cassie's coming through. So you pick your poison at this point.
Okay, we're going to go to the second row on the left there.
Rob, once the offense did start to get it going in the 6th inning, do you think it's due to the guys making some changes, changing their approach, anything like that?
Oh, absolutely. I think that, there's been a lot of talk, not only publicly but in our clubhouse about, getting back in the strike zone, controlling the strike zone. on both sides of the ball. If you do that, you're going to win games, and I think they're making a conscious effort for sure.
Far right in the middle here.
Rob, you said, moving Stott up to the 5-hole with the lineup change today, you said that if he stays in his approach, you think he'll be fine, and he came through with a big extra base hit. What did you see from him in the 5-hole today, and what's it like to see him kind of reward you and come through in that moment?
Yeah, especially on his birthday. So that's big for him. But yeah, I thought his bats were good today. He actually swung at a first pitch fastball, which I'd like to see every once in a while. But I think he worked counts and didn't chase hardly at all. And then he comes through with a great at bat on the triple and the line drive down the line. So I was really happy with him.
We'll take two more. We're going to go over to Corey on the left.
Rob, this game has a chance to change the complexion of the series. I know this is obvious, but the difference between going to New York with a split as opposed to what 0-2 might have been like.
Yeah, 0-2 is tough, but it's one game at a time. It doesn't matter what the score in the series is. We've seen it before where teams come back from a deficit. So just one pitch at a time, one game at a time, and just keep battling because those guys over there, as you can see, they're not going to quit.
Okay, right here in the front row on the left.
Robert, I was going to ask you, does it ever cease to amaze you to see your team, just get knocked down and then they just get right back up again? And then, especially in that ninth inning when they tied it and then you guys came back to win it in your half of the ninth. Yeah,
it's a bunch of experienced guys. They've been through it before. I think they've got a slow heartbeat and they understand situations and they just keep battling. It's a very resilient club, and you can see the same thing with the Mets. They're not going to quit either. So this is shaping up to be a classic battle.
Thanks, Rob. Okay, first question for Bryson. We'll start over here on the left, first row.
Bryson, where does this birthday rank for you?
Pretty close to the top, probably the top. That was fun.
And just in that moment, what was that feeling like, knowing you guys had just gotten the inning before, you kind of got the crowd going, they took the momentum right back? What was that moment like for you? And when you slide into third, what's going through your head?
Yeah, it just felt like a seesaw kind of all game, and thought we did a good job kind of shrinking the strike zone and getting our swings off. And after I got to third, kind of settled down for a second and just tried to keep myself calm so I didn't do anything dumb on third, and then they had the pitching change and was able to kind of go in the dugout and relax for a second, and JT had a huge hit right there. So
stay on the left there, Corey.
Just how crazy of a game was this to be a part of?
Yeah, like I said, it was back and forth there towards the end, and Bryce and Nick getting us going like that and hitting those balls a long way. It jolted the team, I think, and it obviously jolted the crowd, and they got loud, and it was electric out there.
Nick's obviously going through his ups and downs last postseason, and then this season. Just for him to come through 3 different times there late in the game, just what did you think about that?
He's Nick Castellanos. He's a professional hitter, and he's hit his whole career, and he's came up big for us a lot this year. It feels like every walk-off hit is Nick, and that's who he is, and his heart rate doesn't get up and stays the same and gets his swing off.
Okay, we're going to go here in the middle.
Bryson, on your 3-run triple, were you looking to try to pull there? Just getting a pitch to hit, how did that look for you trying to pull that pitch?
Yeah, Diaz, he's one of the best closers in the game for a reason, and his stuff is electric, and his fastball was running more than it has, it felt like, in the past, and was trying to beat one of those heaters to the outside part of the plate, and he threw a slider that thought I could finally hit, and was able to pull it down the line.
Thank you, Howard.
And Bryson, on that slider, and it's 3-2 when you're facing Diaz. Do you have to look slider in that spot? I know it got a lot of plate, but do you have to protect first against his slider in that spot?
No, he's throwing 100. You got to be ready for 100, and faced him in the past, and with 2 strikes, he's thrown me heaters, and earlier in this year it was a heater, and then 2 strikes it was a slider again. So you're kind of on time. If you're on time for the heater, you can adjust on the slider, and he needs to leave it up. Obviously, when he throws it down and in, it's hard, and looks like a fastball for a long time, and that one stayed up, so that was good.
And were you looking for that particular? It seemed like he had those 2 sliders he's throwing. Obviously the one that's kind of at your feet, and then the one that only has a little bit of break. Was that the pitch you were looking for in that spot?
I mean, I would have liked it. Hitting 100 is not fun, but just gearing up for 100, and like I said, you have more time to adjust. His slider's still hard. It's 92 miles an hour, but when you're on time for 100, it gives you that ability to adjust to that slider, and hopefully it leaves it up.
Can we take a couple quick ones, 2 more quick ones, and we'll get Trey Tanner up here, right here in the front?
As you mentioned, you faced Diaz before. You homered off him earlier in the season. What's kind of like the mindset facing a shutdown closer like that, and then when you're able to come through for your team against one of the big name relievers? How rewarding is it to be able to come through for your team in that situation?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, like I said, he's one of the best in the game, and you have to be give your best at bat, and or he's going to win. So just trying to hone in on a certain spot when you're not with 2 strikes, and then when you got 2 strikes, it's kind of a battle mode. And like I said, when he's throwing 100 and it's running like it was tonight, it's not fun facing that guy, and you hope he leaves some out over or tries to come in with the fastball, and he left that one up. So.
Last one down here.
Triple came at a key time, obviously, but early in the game, the play on Martinez, as a player, do you take, if you had to pick between the two, do you actually take a little more pride in defense sometimes compared to what you can do offensively?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to get hits, right? But I think on defense, you control it. You're controlling everything that goes on when the ball's hit to you, and outside of a bad hop, it's on you, and just focusing and trying to make plays for our pitchers who are giving us a big chance to win, and keeping us in games is fun for me. And yeah, I like playing defense and taking away hits. It's cool.
Thanks, Bryson.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, we'll open up for questions for Trey, and we'll start over there with Corey on the left.
Trey, you've played in a lot of playoff games. They're not all quite as topsy-turvy as this one. Just what was it like being on the field out there today, going through that?
Back and forth, obviously. I feel like at times you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, and then as stuff starts to happen, you see some things go your way, and then you feel like you're in the driver's seat, and the next thing you know, it's kind of taken from you again. So, that's what we expect with them. They're a good team, and they've shown already in the postseason that they're going to battle back. So, there's no quit there, and there's no quit, in our dugout as well. So, good game. Glad we came out on top.
You were on the go, right first movement. It was important for you to create some energy there. Is that kind of like what you were thinking going in?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's hard for me to talk, without strategy and all this stuff. But when opportunities present themselves, and we need to take advantage of everything. You don't know what run or base is going to be the most important in the game. Could be the first inning you score 4 or 5, and then maybe that's the deciding factor in the game. So, got to take advantage of every opportunity. And this time of year the pitchers are so good. They usually don't let those windows last very long, and just try to make something happen, play my game.
Okay, we're gonna go here in the middle.
Trey, Rob mentioned that it seemed as though you guys made an adjustment, especially as the innings went on. Was that something that you guys had seen collectively? Is it something that is almost like unspoken because you have so many guys with experience? How did that kind of come to be?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of everything. Getting that first game under your belt yesterday, I think helped a little bit. Making adjustments, like you said, we have veteran guys. We know, obviously, when we're doing stuff wrong, or we have things that we do very well, and when we're not doing them, we know that we have to work on different things. So, this time of year, it's just battling and trying to get those good pitches that I always talk about and not missing them. You know, I saw that homer that Bryce hit was the pitch he had to hit, you know, stuff like that. And you know, today felt like we got a few more of those pitches and we didn't miss them. And I think that's, you know, when the homer starts to come and some of those extra base hits start to come.
Okay, down here in the first row.
Trey, you got Rob was saying that you guys just have this ability just to kind of fight through difficult situations. Say 5 2/3 innings, like things weren't going your way, but yet you guys always seem to find a way. Kind of reflective of these last couple of years for you guys.
Yeah, kind of like, you know, what I just talked about. You don't know what is going to be the deciding moment, and I think sometimes teams don't really buy into that, you know, and I think we truly believe that if we just keep going, something's good's going to happen, and we'll find a way. We don't know how it's going to happen or who it's going to be, but we're going to find a way, and I think we truly believe that. So, you know, you can't fake that, I don't think, and I think we just have the right guys in the clubhouse for that.
I'm going to go right here in the middle on the right.
Trey, even though Schwarber is the leadoff hitter, do you still feel like in certain situations that you still have to set the table, especially knowing that, like tonight or through the series, that they were going to try to pitch around Harper, even though he did hit a home run? You still feel like you had to set the table for both Harper and Castellanos?
Absolutely. You know, for me, I always... in my career, I always wanted to score as many runs as many different ways as possible. Sometimes that's an infield single and some stolen bases. Sometimes it's hitting a homer. But for me, it's finding a way to, you know, put pressure on that other team. And I know if I can get on first base and them just have to worry about, you know, me running, stealing, even if I do or don't, just that a little bit of anxiety, you know, that I can create, I think is really big. And, you know, I'm not always going to steal, let those guys hit behind me, but I feel like I can get better pitches for those guys to hit behind me. I feel like, you know, I can do a lot of different things. Sometimes it'll be the stolen base, sometimes it'll be something else, but I try to be ready for everything.
Okay, stay in the middle left.
Severino was cruising through those first few innings. The only thing really offense really had were your first two singles. What were you seeing against Severino that you were able to find some success there?
I think he just made some mistakes. You know, my second at bat, got nothing to hit. First at bat, I you know, kind of got lucky a little bit. I think it was still a good pitch. Really, the first good pitch I've gotten to hit all series was that third at bat, the slider, 2 strikes. So. I think he just made a couple mistakes, you know, and Bryce's, like I said, was a little bit of a mistake. So when guys are spotting up this time of year, they're here for a reason. You know, Severino's pitched great all year, and he's got good stuff, got the velocity, he's got the off-speed pitches. So when he's spotting up, it's going to be tough. We got to grind him out. But like I always talk about, when those mistakes are there, that's kind of the difference. Felt like today we got a few more of those. And I think pressure and momentum helped kind of create those. I mean, we kind of got to create our own momentum and our own pressure to reward ourselves with those pitches.
Trey, thanks a lot. Okay.